My name is Jamin Goecker. I'm a realtor with Keller in South Central Alaska, and my mission is to help you to build an intentional and significant legacy for yourself and your family by coaching you in real estate. And I'm very excited today to introduce you to an associate of mine who does work over in the Kenai real estate market. I've had quite a few of you reaching out, just asking questions about what it's like in the real estate market down there. I service the South Central market. I'm really not sure what's going on in Kenai, or more importantly, how to actually interpret the data that I do have. So I'm very pleased to introduce you to Jonathan Wheeler with Redoubt, and he's going to really kind of explain to you what it is that we're seeing in the Kenai market. Enjoy.
Hey YouTube, this is Jonathan Wheeler with Redoubt, Keller, Williams, and Sold.net. Today bringing you the statistics for the active and sold listings in our area. We are about 3 hours south of Anchorage, an hour and a half north of Homer. We're going to talk about the residential listings and sold. We're going to talk about the land listings and sold units, and we're going to talk about the multifamily listings and sold units. If you want to get in contact with me, check out some houses, check out some land, give me a shout, contact information down below here. Again, here we go. So first, let's talk about sold houses in our area. We have been seeing a bit of a downtick with the interest rates hike. And last month we saw 47 sold units. Previous month we saw 54, and the month before that, 66. Again, October was 47. Year-to-date total, we are about 503, and last year we were 724. So the interest rates have slowed us down. I don't think we're going to hit that 700 mark in the next 2 months. So let's talk about active inventory, active residential houses. These are just your single family, normal house, not a multifamily, not a piece of land, and not a condo, mobile home, anything like that. Last month we saw 112, and that was October. Previous month, 123, in August, 129. Again, with those interest rates coming up, we have seen a bit of a slowdown. Last year, this time, we saw 113 closed units versus 112, so not a big change there. We do tend to see a bit of a slowdown in the October through December months with school starting back up, holidays kicking off, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, In January and February, we tend to see a bit of an uphill swing. People get through the holidays, more houses are sold, more closings, people are trying to move around again, and even more so, we see it in May when school gets out. We definitely see the people starting to make the trip to Alaska, decide if they want to come here, stay here, bring the kids for vacation, and just call Alaska home. We do see that quite a bit. Up next, let's talk about land. Vacant land, that's just your raw land, untouched. Sometimes you're gonna have a gravel pad on it, but most of the time it's just out in the woods. If you're coming to Alaska to do the Alaska dream, we tend to see a lot of people come up and they want to buy a piece of land. They want to build their dream home. They want some acreage, maybe a farm, get away from the city life. Pretty consistent though. We have seen last month was 46, previous month 43, the month before that was 57. So not a big change in these sold units for this year. We are still higher than previous years in the last 5 years. Year to date this year, we have seen 417, and the previous year was 502, and then we go back one more year when they're 200. So we have seen a bit of an uphill swing in the last 2 years with everyone coming to Alaska. But I do believe we will see a bit of a slowdown again next year, and no telling after that. I mean, if I had that crystal ball, I'd be able to tell you everything. So up next, let's talk about sold land units. This is basically just your raw land, trees, treed area, basically no houses, no structures on the land. This year we have seen a pretty consistent anywhere from 40s, 50s units sold. This total today, we are at 417. The previous month we were at 502, but if you go back even further, we were in the 200s. The average year of land sales in our Central Peninsula area is in the mid 200s. Bit of an uphill swing in the last couple of years with everyone coming to Alaska. What I have noticed with working in this industry, we have seen a lot of out-of-state people coming because they can work remotely. They are not having to stay in the cities. They're not staying in offices. With the whole COVID deal, people are working from home more, which is bringing them to Alaska. I've had quite a few clients actually do that, and it's been amazing.
Let's take a break here real quick. For those of you who have been watching for a little bit, you do know that I host a podcast called the Alaskan Journey Podcast, and the purpose of that podcast is really tell the stories of people who have recently moved up here to Alaska or those who've lived up here for a long time. So if you're thinking about making a move up here, that might be a great place to start so you can kind of start seeing what other people have done to accomplish what it is that you're wanting to do. So link for that is going to be in the description section down below. We've got tons of episodes on there, so jump in there, go treat yourself. And without further ado, I'll let you go ahead and get back into today's market update.
So up next, let's talk about the active land listings. These are your listings that are currently still on the market. In October, we saw 333. The month before that was 340. And in August, we saw 328. So again, pretty consistent this year in the 300 range. Last year, we were in the 400s, mid 400s. And then the year before that, we were in the 500s and 600s. So we have seen less available land listings. Again, no telling what's going to happen next year. We may see more listings coming up on the market because things are slowing down and changing. So there's still plenty of land out there to be found. So let's talk about multifamily. This is the sold units. Pretty consistent across the board, between 1 and 4 sold units a month. Not a big change this year. Last year, again, between 1 and 4. Total this year, we were at 28. Total last year, we were at 28 again. So we do have 2 months to beat that 28 mark. The previous year, we were at 14 and 23. So there's real no rhyme or reason for the multifamily. It is a great investment. I'm actually personally going to get into the rental business next year. I have this whole plan. I want to build some cabins, do some nightly rentals for people coming to Alaska. It may take a couple years to get all that done and built, but it's a great investment. I mean, people out of state, they come up here, they get a couple Airbnb rentals, some VRBOs, and they can live out of state and have a manager take care of everything for them. It's an awesome industry. Up next, let's talk about the active multifamilies on the market. October, we saw 11. September, we saw 13. The month before that, we saw 11 again. So this year has been pretty consistent again, between 13 active multifamily listings on the market. Not a super big change. The years before that, let's say last year in October, we saw 18 active listings. So last year we saw more active multifamily. I tend to find where people will have that investment. It's a great investment, but maybe they want to get out of it. They're tired of dealing with renters. They want to move out of state. They don't want to deal with it, or maybe they're out of state and they don't want to pay a manager anymore. Last year, we did see quite a bit more active listings for multifamily. We were in the 20s, the teens and 20s pretty consistently. So again, just the multifamily thing here in the Central Peninsula is not a real science to it. It's kind of like closing your eyes and throwing darts. They are out there. They go fast. They are kind of hard to get a hold of. But I have definitely sold a few of them, and with some really happy buyers, and they are making a good income. So in summary, we have seen a bit of a slowdown with our market on the residential unit side of things. Houses are sitting a little longer on the market. We are seeing less multiple offers, definitely less competition, which is sweet for home buyers. They are able to come in. I had 2 recently that was on the market for about 7 to 8 days. We had no competition. We were able to get in. We were able to think about the house. My buyers were able to go home that night, sleep on it, which is something you couldn't do before. If you slept on it, you didn't sleep in it. So it's been real nice for buyers, I will say. And it's been a nice relaxing moment for us agents to not have to just run and type offers and hope and pray that we get accepted. Crazy over asking. With the interest rates coming up, it is not great for buying because you are paying a higher interest rate. But again, you're not paying $20,000, $30,000 over asking. And in the long run, you can refinance that house and you are way better off. Land units, we are seeing a bit of a slowdown in sales of land. We are also seeing less active land units. So again, hand in hand right there. It's just one of those things, people hold on to land if they might not sell it as much, and then the next year we might see a whole bunch of land being sold. So it's a great opportunity. Come in. There's plenty of land out here. There's still lots to choose from. Find you some river property, some view property, mountains. I mean, you still got it all here. We got lots of it. Privacy. And multifamily, much more slim picking here. They do come up, they do go fast. It is still an option to get. And I have definitely sold a few. I've had people out of state. They love it. They make money on it. I actually had a client that lives in Mississippi. They came up, they bought 5, they went back down states. One of the pros we see with multifamily is this particular client, they had 1 rental unit in Florida in a condo association. It was a pain. It was just a lot of extra work. The special assessments killed them. They had a hurricane come through. They pretty much lost out on most of their investment. Sold that, and for the price they sold that, they came up here and bought 5 rentals. They are making a little less per month, but they are doing way better on their investment. It was kind of hard to find those, but we were able to come up here, get it done. They live out of state. We have great property managers here. If you need to get in touch with one of them, give me a shout. Again, my contact information is down below here. And I'll be glad to help you find some property or house in the area. You can call me, text me. Text is usually the very fastest way to get a hold of me. Calls, again, I answer my phone pretty consistently. And email, again, it's either one of them. All of it is good. So thank you.